Welcome to Byte-Sized Tech, where we blend casual conversations with insightful discussions on the latest in technology and gadgets.
Today, we're hitting a few key areas. First up, some corporate chaos you won't believe how one tech giant managed to DDoS itself.
Oh, I heard about that one. Wild. Then we'll jump into the hardware battles. Think Intel teaming up with NVIDIA and some surprisingly silly phone accessories.
Right. And finally, we'll touch on the cutting edge, looking at AI, privacy concerns, and, well, security, how it all ties together.
Sounds like a packed session. Let's get started.
Okay, first segment. Security scares, and honestly, a bit of corporate comedy. Cloudflare, a company literally built to stop DDoS attacks.
And manages to launch one against itself. Yeah, it's pretty ironic.
It really is. And it happened not long after they were caught up in that big outage in June, right? One linked to Google Cloud.
Exactly. That one was downstream from Google, but this time, nope, purely an inside job, so to speak.
So what was the actual trigger? How does that even happen?
It was surprisingly simple, actually. A bug. A tiny bug in their own dashboard code. A bug.
Yeah, think of it like this. The software started telling the system's security guard, the part that checks IDs, the tenant service API, to check every single ID thousands of times a second, nonstop.
Whoa. Okay, so the guard gets completely overwhelmed.
Totally. The authorization logic just couldn't keep up with the flood of internal requests. It buckled.
And that's what caused all the errors, the 5XX codes.
Precisely. The system couldn't even verify who was making requests anymore because the authorization part was down. It just goes to show how interconnected these massive systems are. One small internal glitch.
Can have the same impact as a major external attack. Yikes.
And speaking of things breaking, Google's been busy patching Chrome again. Another emergency update, another 0-day.
Wait, another one. How many is that this year? Seems like a lot.
This is the 6th critical 0-day patch for Chrome in 2024 alone. 6.
Wow. And just to remind everyone, a 0-day means hackers found it and were using it before Google even knew about it or had a fix, right?
Exactly. 0 days for the vendor to prepare. This one, CVE 2025-10585, is listed as high severity. It's a type confusion weakness in the V8 JavaScript engine.
And it's not theoretical. People are actually using this exploit.
Google confirmed it. It's out there in the wild, being actively exploited.
Okay, so actionable advice time. Update your Chrome browser, like right now.
Absolutely. Go to the Chrome menu, click Help, then About Google Chrome. It should check for updates, and then just hit relaunch. Don't put it off.
It's kind of crazy that even basic software is so vulnerable. Which, I guess, brings us nicely to the fun part. The Tech Demo Hall of Cringe.
Yes. The dreaded live demo fails. Everyone loves these, except maybe the CEOs involved.
Like Mark Zuckerberg recently.
Yeah.
With the Meta Ray-Ban glasses, that was awkward.
Super awkward. Trying to take a WhatsApp call live on stage and the glass is just nothing. Silent ringing.
Right.
Repeatedly. You could feel the secondhand embarrassment.
It happens to the best, though, doesn't it? I was thinking of Steve Jobs back in 2010.
Oh, the iPhone 4 demo.
Yeah.
Begging the audience.
Literally begging, can you all please get off the Wi-Fi, just so he could load the New York Times website.
And Elon Musk with the Cybertruck, trying to show how tough the windows were.
Smash. Not quite the intended effect.
Or Microsoft Surface demo freezing up when they were trying to show smooth browsing. Or
Yeah.
Google Gemini just recently failing twice to find calendar space.
It's a good reminder, isn't it? Never fully trust a tech demo. It's theater. Often very fragile theater.
Pretty much. Always take demos with a grain of salt.
All right, moving on from software wobbles to some big moves in hardware. This NVIDIA-Intel partnership sounds significant.
It really is. We're talking about a multi-year deal, and NVIDIA is putting serious money down, a $5 billion investment into Intel stock.
$5 billion. Wow. So what's the actual tech goal here?
They're aiming to create Intel by 86 RTX SoCs, so systems on a chip that combine Intel CPUs with NVIDIA's RTX graphics chiplets, all integrated onto one package.
Okay, so Intel CPU plus NVIDIA graphics on one chip. That sounds like they're directly targeting AMD, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. AMD's been doing really well with their APU's chips, like the Strix Halo, the Ryzen AI Max stuff that fuse a powerful CPU, and pretty decent integrated graphics.
And Intel's own integrated graphics arc maybe haven't quite kept up.
That seems to be the implication, yeah. Intel's basically saying, okay, we can't beat AMD's integrated graphics alone right now, so let's partner with the market leader in discrete graphics, which is NVIDIA.
So it's an if you can't beat them, join them kind of strategy, but specifically to counter AMD's success in that area.
Pretty much. Glue the best graphics to our CPUs. But there's another angle, too, in the data center.
Right. the server market.
Exactly. NVIDIA is also going to become a major customer for Intel's server CPUs. This puts pressure back on AMD, whose EPYC server chips have been gaining a lot of market share. They were nearing, what, 40% last summer?
So it's a two-pronged attack.
Yeah.
Try to match AMD in integrated graphics for consumers and try to slow their role in the lucrative server market. Makes sense.
It's a big strategic alignment, definitely.
Now, let's shift from giant chip battles to slightly sillier hardware. Phone straps. Are they really making a comeback?
Apparently so. And Apple's version is certainly making a statement. They launched a crossbody strap.
Crossbody, like a purse.
Kinda, yeah. It's $59, almost 82 inches long, made from recycled yarn. But here's the kicker. It only works with the iPhone 17 cases.
$59 for a string that only fits one future phone case model. That sounds a very Apple. And maybe a bit theft-prone, wearing your phone like jewelry.
Potentially. And then you compare it to Google's offering, the rope wristlet.
Okay, what's Google's take?
It costs $7.
7.
7 versus 59.
Okay. And it's universal. It uses a little D-ring attachment, so it works with pretty much any phone, any case. Just a simple polyester loop to stop you dropping it.
All right, so one is expensive, proprietary, maybe a bit flashy. The other is cheap, universal, and functional. Seems like an easy choice.
Utility definitely seems to win over niche luxury here, yeah. Google nailed the value proposition. Speaking of interesting accessories, how about those nothing 3 earbuds? There's a clever trick with the case, isn't there?
There is. They cost $179, which is pretty standard for earbuds like these, but the case has this super mic feature.
Super mic.
Yeah, the charging case itself doubles as an external microphone. You can place it closer to your mouth for calls or use it to get better audio when you're recording video on your phone. It's actually quite innovative.
That is clever. A
Yeah.
genuinely useful feature beyond just charging. And they've got AI baked in, too.
Yep, ChatGPT integration. You can get voiced answers to queries, but smartly, they've tied the full optimization to their own ecosystem.
So it works best if you also have a nothing phone.
Exactly. It's a software hook to encourage people to buy into their hardware lineup. Pretty standard practice, but well executed here. Battery life seems okay, too. About 5.5 hours with noise canceling on.
Gotcha. Okay, one last piece of quirky hardware before we move on.
Yeah.
The Gummy Bear Power Bank.
Oh, you saw that, yes. The Haribo licensed gummy bear power bank.
It sounds ridiculous. Why is this even a thing?
Because in the world of ultralight backpacking, every single ounce counts. People get obsessive.
Right, shaving grams off their gear.
Exactly. And this silly-looking gummy bear thing. It's a 20,000 milliamp power bank, and it weighs only 9.9 ounces.
Okay, good.
It's currently the lightest 20,000 milliamp bank available. It actually beats the super serious carbon fiber Nightcore bank by like 0.4 ounces.
Oh, wait, so the Gummy Bear wins on weight.
Yep. And it only costs $23. So it's become this weird little status symbol for being both ultralight and kind of fun. Shows that utility and weight can trump aesthetics, even for serious users. Okay, let's shift focus now to AI, privacy, and security. Things get a bit more serious here, and the lines are definitely blurring. Take the band Massive Attack, for example.
Massive Attack, what did they do?
At a recent concert, they did something pretty provocative. They set up real-time facial recognition cameras aimed at the audience. Yeah. And then they projected the faces and names of random audience members onto the big screens on stage.
Whoa, wait. Without asking them first.
Without any prior consent. Just scan the crowd and put people's identities up there for everyone to see.
That's intense. What was the point? Just to freak people out.
It was deliberate. They wanted to make surveillance visible. We know this tech is used everywhere. Shops, airports, police have mobile units now. But it's usually invisible, passive.
Right. You don't see it happen.
Exactly. By forcing the audience to see themselves identified like that, they stripped away the invisibility, made people confront how pervasive this tech really is, even in a concert setting. It's a powerful statement about losing anonymity.
Yeah, that really drives the point home. And that idea of invisible threats is even scarier when we talk about AI agents having access to our personal data.
Yeah.
Tell us about this shadow leak thing.
Right. This was research done by Radware. They found a really concerning vulnerability involving OpenAI's deep research agent, basically. An AI designed to help you by accessing your connected apps, like Gmail.
Okay, so an AI assistant that can read your email. What went wrong?
They tricked it using something called prompt injection. But the method was clever. They hid the malicious instructions inside a normal-looking Gmail email. The trick. They wrote the instructions in white text on a white background.
So invisible to the human eye reading the email.
Exactly. But the AI agent, which had permission to access the user's Gmail, could read it. It saw the hidden instructions.
And it just followed them.
It did. The hidden prompt told it to search the user's emails for sensitive stuff, HR documents, personal details, and then smuggle that data out.
Smuggle it out how? Wouldn't normal security detect that?
That's the scary part. It sent the data out via OpenAI's own cloud infrastructure. Because the leak was happening from inside the trusted AI agent, standard defenses watching network traffic wouldn't necessarily see it as malicious. The agent effectively became a mole.
Wow. So the AI itself becomes the attack vector, bypassing traditional security.
Precisely. And the big implication is if an agent connected to Gmail can be fooled like this,
Then agents connected to your Outlook, your Google Drive, Dropbox, whatever.
they could all potentially be vulnerable to the same kind of hidden command attack. It's a whole new potential threat surface opened up by these helpful AI agents.
That is genuinely unnerving.
Okay.
Shifting from AI stealing data to AI predicting our health, what's this Delphi 2M model?
Yeah, this is fascinating. Delphi 2M is a new AI model trained on a massive dataset anonymized health records from 2.3 million people in the UK and Denmark.
And what does it do with all that data?
It predicts health outcomes.
Yeah.
It uses the same kind of generative AI tech that powers chatbots like ChatGPT.
But instead of predicting the next word in a sentence,
It predicts your health trajectory. It encodes things like diagnoses, lifestyle factors, demographics as tokens, just like words. Then it uses those to forecast the likelihood of you developing over 1,000 different diseases.
those are diseases. And it can predict when they might happen.
It estimates the timeline, yeah. Simulating your potential health path over decades, it's trying to build a long-term forecast based on patterns in that huge data set.
So it could potentially tell you years in advance that you have a high risk of developing, say, diabetes or heart disease at a certain age.
That's the idea. It's important to stress, though, it's a forecasting tool, not a diagnostic tool. Doctors still need to interpret it. It doesn't replace them.
Right. Human oversight is key. But still, the potential for early warnings, for preventative medicine, that's huge.
Absolutely. Imagine knowing decades ahead that you're on a path towards a certain illness, giving you time to make changes long before any symptoms show up.
Okay, so let's try and tie some of these threads together for a final thought. We have AI, like Delphi 2M, getting incredibly good at predicting our long-term health based on vast amounts of data.
Right, potentially forecasting decades into our future health.
And at the same time, we have things like the shadow leak, showing that AI agents, the very tools meant to help us manage our information.
Can be tricked, compromised from within, using simple techniques like hidden text to steal our most sensitive data from places like our email.
So here's something for you, the listener, to think about. If AI can map out your entire health future decades in advance,
And AI agents connected to your personal accounts can be turned into data thieves without triggering normal alarms.
how long will it be before that incredibly sensitive, deeply personal information, your predicted health trajectory, your future vulnerabilities, becomes the prime target?
Could that prediction itself become the next major security risk? The ultimate prize for hackers using these increasingly sophisticated agentic attacks?
It's a convergence of capability and vulnerability that feels, well, pretty unsettling. Something definitely worth pondering.
That's the intersection we're heading towards.
Thanks for tuning in to Byte-Sized Tech. If you enjoyed this episode, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more fun tech discussions.